Welcome back to Going Pro with Photography, your Tuts Plus Premium course. Today we're going to discuss a lot of big questions that you have on your mind right now regarding the level of income and commitment that you'll need for this new project. Let's get started. I'm sure one of the biggest questions that you have right now is the same one that I had when I first started. Can I really make any money as a photographer? And that's a valid question. A quick Google search reveals that lots of people seem to be making money with photography, but can you actually be one of them? Or is this all some pipe dream that rarely turns into a successful venture? As with any discipline, it turns out that the answer largely depends on how much effort you're really willing to put into it. And I don't mean just the effort to learn your craft. Being an amazing photographer is really only half the battle. Being able to leverage that skill to create a profitable business is the place where countless extremely talented photographers fall short. The failures of others aside, I will say that I absolutely believe that you can become a professional photographer if you truly dedicate yourself to the task. That being said, it's not going to be easy. More importantly, it's not going to happen overnight. Building a profitable business can be a painful process. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to tell you to call up your boss right now, tell him how much you hate your job, and that you're never coming back to work. But the reality of the matter is that it's likely going to take a little time before you can adequately supplement that income with photography. My advice to you right now, don't quit your day job. If you don't currently have a job, then feel free to spend all your time pursuing this single venture. If you are currently employed though, it might be a good idea to see how this photography thing pans out before betting the farm. That being said, nothing drives us quite like necessity, so if you're the kind of person who thrives in a sink or swim situation, then that might be the way to go. To start, feel free to make photography a part-time venture, or even something that you just do on the weekends. Running your own business means that you can schedule shoots whenever you're free. Few opportunities afford the kind of freedom that you'll find with photography. That being said, you'll likely find that the more time you spend on your business, the better it's going to be. After all, clients don't just come banging down your door simply because you bought a nice camera. You've got to work to find them and convince them that you have something that they want. The big question that's on your mind at this point is, how much money are we talking here? And that's a really difficult question to answer, simply because the range can be so vast. Some busy photographers can pull in upwards of a couple of $100,000 per year. Others find it difficult to scrape by a few $100s a year. We'll talk about pricing a bit later, but it's not unrealistic to expect to charge a few $1,000s for a major event such as a wedding sometime within the next few years. Now that I've got your expectations in check, it's time to sit down and perform a realistic analysis of the kind of time that you'll be able to spare for your new business. Try to develop a schedule that is rigorous enough to get you off to a strong start, but not so intense that you'll burn out within the first few months. No one can tell you exactly what this schedule is going to look like. It's something very personal that you'll have to develop for yourself. Make it a goal to develop a schedule that you can actually stick to, and then commit yourself to the task. You'll be blown away by how far your business will come in a short amount of time if you spend just a little bit each day trying to make it the best you can. There are 3 key points that I'd like for you to take away from today's lesson. The first is that you can earn a valid income with photography if you really dedicate yourself to it. The second is that it's not going to be something that's easy, nor is it going to be something that's quick. You have to invest a lot of time and effort into it. The third lesson is that you don't necessarily need to choose between your current method of employment and photography. This is something that you can pursue part-time at first, just to get started. It's something that will grow as you put more effort into it, and maybe even something that you can eventually leave your job to pursue full-time.